Guys, it's me T coming at you with the reset card. I wanted to this card is freaking wowing me, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's crazy. So, what's funny is I drew the card before coming on here, and I wanted to let you know that it has the card that came up is the number 11 card, and it is force. And you'll see, and actually it's like really interesting because you know how these cards are a bit different than the tarot, than the original like tarot cards. I come to find out that force is actually the strength card in the tarot deck, and which is so fucking cool if you think about it. And it's like crazy because like when it applies to me personally, um, I know that in the past, like I have this bracelet that I received, and I'm like, and it says I am a force for good, right? And it's really funny because I never thought to put force and strength together, but that's what it is. Like I'm like, and it's funny because somebody very recently like thought that they were like kind of gonna hurt me by telling me that like, oh, you keep what you keep it's not pumping, you keep not pressuring, what is it, I can't remember the word. It was such a good word, and I was like, wow, I do that, but like that's because I kind of keep the pressure on, so that like it's like an acupuncture pressure point. Like you keep the pressure on and something's gonna pop really nicely, you know what I'm saying? So, and you do it, and I do it with I'm like, not well, hopefully you do it with, but I do it with such intention. So it's not to hurt anybody, it's basically all out of love, but it's knowing so much that I know exactly what I'm fucking going for. And there's this like little like my father likes to say, there's this little dot that you're going after, so you know what the dot is, which is like your target. And like me, it's more so like instead of like pile driving myself into it, I like slowly apply force and pressure, and then it's like if you can like think of a pimple, it's like pusses, right? So, and I guess like that's what I like to do, like in life in general, to make life a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Or to get past the not so good side to get straight to like it's a transitional. I feel because I couldn't. You know, if somebody, for instance, if somebody comes at you and punches you directly, that's gonna fucking hurt, right? But if you don't really know that somebody's coming at you to try to help you, but then is kind of like going really slowly at you, like it could freak you out. But the whole thing is it's a less freak out and more and the same kind of, it causes the same effective impact if you think about it, right? So I go like I do slow moves, like a slow pressure, but like, and I wish I could think of the word that she had said that it was. It's like you keep, and it wasn't applying pressure, it wasn't like pumping, it was like you keep not jabbing. It'll come to me if it's supposed to, but it was a very good, interesting word that is parallel to force, right? So long story short, what was I gonna say? So let me read you the strength card. It says, a situation that requires a gentler, intuitive response, and that's basically where that's how I know where to apply pressure towards. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's exactly like the perfect first sentence, which is a situation that requires a gentler, intuitive response if resolution is to be reached. Here, both energies are needed for balance. Rather than slay the lion, a rant negotiation and calm control will be forces to heal and ensure steady progress. Now that's amazingly put. I'm going to continue. It says this card can often show an inner conflict between intuition and pragmatism. Now, I actually don't know really what pragmatism is, but like the sense that I'm getting is like a practicalness, right? I have to like look it up what to see what that word is. Perhaps wrestling with a decision or project that requires a synthesis of masculine and feminine qualities if it is to succeed. Now, here's what I'm getting for this. When you're wrestling with a decision or a project that requires a synthesis, which is a synergy of a coming together of masculine and feminine energies, which is basically balance, right? Uh, qualities for it is to succeed. Amen to that. Um, Here's what you do. I feel like if you're at a point right now where you're kind of toying with like decision making, like in terms of something, making moves on something, whether it be career, relationships, something within you, or I too am actually like toying with something in my head. It's like, this could work out this way, this could work out this way. So what you want to do is you want to basically take a piece of paper, be very proactive, because today I actually learned something earlier in the day that said, when you write something down, it allows you to attract it faster, right? So when you want clarity, you go towards writing it down, right? So this is why I'm saying go write it down. And this is how you'll do it, is you'll create a T chart, right? T for T, or T for timeout. You know what I'm saying? Timeout, motherfuckers. We gotta get some clarity within which way we're gonna go. And you can do this for a lot of things. Like if you could just imagine it, you can create it, right? So for instance, I would put, if you're battling two decisions, they're very good prospects. You just have to go with, make two sides of the T chart, right? One side being one thing, and that could actually have a subcategory of A and B, like pros and cons, and then the other side of whatever other decision making factor that you have to kind of take in for it. So, and then also do an A and B for that too. So pros and cons for both of these things. This way you have it on one page. It's solid, it's collective, and you can literally, like, whatever comes to you, you might not even, just set it up. That's like the first step, is to set it up. Hold on one second. I love alarms, how like you feel like you dismiss something and yet it's like it's only snoozed, so it comes back to life. But like so yeah, so that was just what I had to tend to. But what was I gonna say? So like, long story short is, and don't mind my crazy hair today, guys, like literally I was like, yo, I'm gonna come on here like, and I don't give a shit, like that's basically what it is, because when I'm talking, you need to listen and not look at me. But at the same time, I am something to be looked at. It's just that I really just didn't feel like, I didn't feel like messing with my hair today. I was like, fuck it, dude, we're just gonna go bedhead today, I don't give a shit. So okay, so then what you'll do is you'll do that in terms of, and that's a funny thing, we're always talking about my hair, like I'm always like, my hair, and that's because I'm actually, it's so funny, like this is a side note, I'm like searching for a really cool haircut, and I think I'm just like over it, like in terms of, I'm very blessed to have my hair. I'm not saying I'm not grateful, I'm totally grateful, but I just need a change. And like, when you're just like, you just need like time off, like from doing, hair and stuff, and like makeup is cool. I like makeup and I like hair too, but hair takes a lot of effort, you know what I'm saying? And like, sometimes I don't know where my day is going to go, like in terms of, ding, that's confirmation. In terms of like, am I going to end up at the beach? Like, does it fucking matter? You know what I'm saying? So I really don't, I'm like not toying with my hair anymore. Like in terms of, until like I find like a fitting style, which I'm excited to be manifesting something very, like, I feel like a lot of change is happening in a good way, where I just feel like things are becoming more authentic, right? So like, I'm trying to search for more of an authentic look to me, and and we'll just have to see like how it is, just because it's like, I just like need a new style. I think that's what it is. So we're just gonna have to bear with this hair for a little bit, in terms of the current style. And like, honestly, that's part of my authenticity too. It's like, sometimes you just don't feel like being on your A game. You just don't. Like, it's just one of those things. So, and it's really funny here. Let me just talk about the card, because this card is like crazy, like in terms of how it's like depicted. I don't know if you could tell. There's this guy, he's looking in the mirror, which whenever I see mirrors, I see miracles, right? So miracles happening, she's giving birth, okay? But he sees himself like as this feminine like person giving birth. Like, he sees that as a reflection, But what he's really doing is he's like creating magic out of his hand. And for you guys to like know this spiral effect, I have recently discovered that the spiral effect also takes a yin yang effect. So he's creating, he has in the center of his hand, and it's funny because today's like my personal like theme for like what is it called, feng shui, like what I'm, you know, because feng shui is in my personal fame and fortune area. So he's literally, you know, just doing this feng shui, but I feel as though the energy, it's like he's taking this on, this birth energy, and he's creating something from it, right? and and it's very very interesting because you're seeing a lot of yin and yang. You're seeing, you know, a young woman giving birth, you're seeing an old man giving birth in his way, right? They're basically doing the same thing but in different ways. um I also see a goat here, which is really hilarious because that like stood out to me. There's a goat, and I'm a Capricorn, so I know like a little bit about the goat and how they are. But like the whole thing is the what's it called? The goat here. The goat is literally like you. This both entails like work. You know what I'm saying? But also I feel like a giddy up playfulness. So something that I feel like you've been putting work into, please continue putting work into it because it's going to come to fruition. Like something's going to give birth, and it's very healing because she has literally like rainbow hands as she's like allowing this kid to like come out of her. So it's just very interesting. I also think that this could be a part of dating, like fertile dating just came to me. And not to say that the age factor matters here, it really doesn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's just it's a fertile time to be creating something because obviously we're talking about the root and the sacral chakra here, which is at your you know, at your bottom, like your bottom half of your body, so below the navel. So so yeah, so something's being created here, and I want to say, so if the mirror is here, I want to say it's very interesting because it's something even behind the scenes. So so just be patient. You might seem like you're getting old doing this, like that's how it feels, like whatever you're kind of working towards, you feel like you've gone for way too long, and like, you know, like you just feel like there's like a lot that you've kind of put work in towards, and like you don't see it coming to fruition. But it's just like keep at it, even though you feel like you're running stale on it. Just keep at it because something is about to give birth on the other side for you, you know. um what else is there? Anything else here? Yeah, I'm just hearing keep at it, keep at it. And so, and again, you're, this is by you keeping at it, you're applying gentle force. You're applying that. It's just like that every time you apply yourself, you are applying pressure towards, you know, what it is your intuition and your goal is, right? But like your goals are created off of your intuition and your like, you know, deep desires. So don't ever like, don't ever don't ever stop believing in them, right? So sometimes like this is like you could be at the end of your rope and you're like, dude, I'm about to like I, you know, even the white, it's like you're surrendering, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're fucking putting in the white flag, like you're not, and but yet there's, see, you have support here, and there's a lot of wisdom because his stick, he has a stick there. So it's like you have a lot of support and you have a lot of wisdom there. So just keep at it. And somehow this guy's reminding me of like magic. So like just definitely apply your magic as he's holding, you know, it, and it's spiraling. Apply your magic towards rebalancing yourself and rebalancing your projects. And your decision making. Obviously, when I say projects, it could be decision making, it could be just, you know, just the desires, the dreams that you have, the goals that you have, right? So yeah, so, and you're gonna succeed. Just kind of like it says, what you're doing, your action that needs to be taken is to just basically, it requires a gentler intuitive response if a resolution is to be reached. So just slow your roll. I mean, that's really what it is. Slow your roll. Listen to your intuition more, because sometimes when we act or we think, not even think too fast, when we want to act faster than we think, um, and before any type of thinking about planning or writing a plan down, we literally, I know we're like little kids on the inside and we just want to get it done and want to feel achieved and accomplished, but start off by saying to yourself, like, if you have to regain some strength and regain some force and motivation for your projects, start off by and maybe you're getting a little frustrated, but say to yourself, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And as you're thinking about I am enough, you might find, like, and use that as your mantra, you might find that in a sense you forget that you're even thinking about your project that you want to do. But in a sense, your angelic realm has heard you, right? Even prior to you saying I am enough. They know what they know what you want to do. They know your intention. But sometimes, since we think that we're doing it ourselves, we literally apply way too much pressure with just ourselves, and not enough listening or not enough awareness and receptivity to what really needs to be applied, which is a gentler sense of sorts. And also the gentle side comes from the angelic side, if you think about it, right? So sometimes the angelic perspective is needed, rather than just your own human, like, I gotta go get this shit done type of forcefulness. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're just balanced. So what I wanted to try to say to that, and I don't know if I completed my thought with that, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself with it again, but make sure that you're just literally just telling yourself that you are enough, because sometimes we overdo it because we don't think we're enough, and we're trying to bring way too much to the table all at once, and it doesn't make sense, because everything is a process, right? So in order to make peace with that process, you literally just keep repeating as your mantra, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. And you will see that your mind is going to be put aside, your emotions are going to be put towards that focus of I am enough. And you're actually, with that affirmation, you're helping yourself lift your vibrations up to hear the incoming messages. And you may not even hear it, you may just sense a feeling of a gentle nudge in terms of the right direction, right? That's why we have a whole bunch of clairs, I'm gonna say, which is, like psychic impressions. Like, it comes in different ways, just like love does. Love comes in different ways, it comes in different styles. So the whole thing is, you'll see that your body is being moved without it thinking, but it's being nudged to go to where it needs to go, and then it's applying itself in terms of the way it needs to be applied towards the project itself. And then you just kind of, like, you see, you're like step 1, step 2, step 3, you're in the process of it after you just kind of let go a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so it's a really good idea to tell yourself an affirmation of sorts. And I am enough is a very powerful one, because it's self-love, and self-love is needed in every project ever, so that it can be transmitted to your clients and your customers and your guests and whatever you want to call it. It's transmitted. It's even in that energy, that space energy that you guys are working in. So also breathe, and also smile. Today I heard smile, breathe, and like just meditate. But meditation is also kind of like refocusing. Meditation is also just like quieting yourself. There was something, I don't know, I thought there was something else, but I think that's it. So yeah, guys, hopefully that helped. I love you all so very much, and yeah, we'll see each other soon. Bye.